Now the potential difference between two electrodes in a electrolyte, potential difference between the electrodes in a electrolyte. So potential difference is Vp. So this V is equals to, so Vp minus Vn. Okay. So this is potential difference. We can say as a potential difference. Potential difference is equals to Vp means it's a V plus minus Vn means minus V minus. Okay. So this is what V plus V minus is the potential difference between the electrodes in a given electrolyte. Okay. So now the question is, sir, what is internal resistance? What is the internal resistance? Internal resistance is, here nothing is connected between these two. Then the circuit is opened. Okay. When the circuit is opened. So this is what when the circuit is opened. Okay. So when the circuit is opened. The circuit is opened means what? No current is passing through this. Okay. So internally there is some resistance, a finite resistance is created between the terminals of electrolyte. Okay. So when the circuit is opened, so now a finite resistance is created between the terminals is called, so it is called internal resistance. So this is internal resistance. Internal resistance is denoted by small letter R. And one more thing, potential difference is created between these two terminals when the circuit is opened. This is called EMF. It's a EMF. EMF is defined as the potential difference between the terminals of a battery, or potential difference is created between the terminals of a electrolyte. So when the circuit is opened, okay, that is called what? EMF. Okay. So potential difference between the terminals of electrodes. Okay. Terminals of electrolyte means what? It's a electrode. So is called what? It's a EMF. So first one, what is cell? Cell just it converts chemical energy into electrical energy. What is battery? A group of cells is called battery. And next one is about what is EMF. EMF is what? The potential difference between the terminals of a battery when the circuit is opened is called EMF. EMF is electromotive force. Electromotive force is not a force. It's not a force. What is this? It is a potential difference. It's a potential difference. So what is the internal resistance? Internal resistance is a finite resistance is created between the terminals of a battery is called what? Internal resistance. Internal resistance is denoted by small letter R. For ideal cell. So internal resistance R is equals to 0. So here external resistance capital letter R is connected. Here the external resistance R is connected, so between the terminals, and this is the positive electrode, negative electrode. It's a high potential and low potential. A uniform current flows from A to B. This is uniform current is flowing through the A to B in the circuit. Okay. So when an external resistance is connected. External resistance is connected between the electrodes of the cell. Okay, of the cell. So what the things will be happen from this? First one, here this Here I can say you that very first point. So a uniform current flows from A to B. From A to B. A uniform flow of current will be directing from the A to B. Okay. So for the next one, and after this, so this between these two terminals, a finite resistance is created. Okay. So between the terminals of a battery, so a finite resistance is created is called internal resistance. Okay, internal resistance. So earlier we discussed already a little discussion about internal resistance and EMF. So for the EMF means what? When the circuit is open, the potential difference between the electrodes is called what? EMF. Okay. So now, and the first one I'm talking about, it's a case one I'm considering as this, like a case one. For example, this is the external resistance R. Okay. If capital R is equals to 0, no resistance. So no resistance means, so what amount of current flows from this? So I is equals to V by R. This means what? V by 0. It means it's a infinity. Okay, it's a infinity amount of current flows. Infinity amount of current flows means what? Such a circuit is called short circuit. Generally we say short circuit means what? A conducting wire is connected between the terminals in a circuit like. Okay. So next one, for the case 2, if resistance R is infinity, high maximum amount of external resistance connected in the circuit. So if the maximum amount of current means what? It is acting like a barrier. Barrier means what? It won't allow the current to pass through this one. Is it okay? So this is, then I is equals to V by R, which means V by infinity. So V by infinity means what? 1 by infinity is 0. So no current flows. No current flows means it's a open circuit. So open circuit means what? Switched off condition. And when the circuit is, it's like a broken, like, so when the circuit is cut, so no current flows through that one. That is what open circuit. The resistance of open circuit is considered as, it's a infinity. R is infinity and R is 0.